Yo, the Cowboys bounced back in good fashion, and we needed this game. The final score 40-3. Shout out to the Cowboys. They defeated the 8-1 Minnesota Vikings, so nobody can sweep that under the rug because Minnesota Vikings were red hot coming into this game. On top of that, Cowboy Nation, this was a home game for the Vikings. Keep this in mind. The most important factor that I got a chance to see, the Cowboys dominating the TOP. Let me repeat, dominating the TOP. If you play the football game this way, the Cowboys can do a lot to preserve and help out this defense. They had the ball literally for 37 minutes and 24 seconds. The opposing team, the Vikings, had the ball for 22 minutes and 36 seconds. Those are things that the Cowboys need to dominate week to week. Of course, we got a game coming around the corner in the next few days. Nevertheless, if they stick to this philosophy, keep in mind what I said before the game and what I said last week and the week before that. I want Dak Prescott anywhere between 24 and 27 attempts. And when you look at the box score, Dak Prescott 22 for 25, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, of course, a 93.2 QBR and a 139 passer rating. Those are nothing to sneeze at. And keep in mind, Tony Pollard, man, in the flats or catching the ball off the wheel route, running the ball in between the splits. Tony Pollard gave you some of that mixture of he was the actual lightning and my guy Ezekiel Elliott was the thunder. So thunder and lightning mixed together. Collectively, they ran the ball for 40 times and it was 151 yards rushing. 15 carries for Tony Pollard, 15 carries for Ezekiel Elliott. And when it was time for the Cowboys to use Dak Prescott legs, they were not afraid to do that. They were not afraid to do that. And then my guy Malik Davis, 7 attempts for 13 yards, nothing to sneeze at. Had a big play for a first down in the closing minutes of the game, which was pretty good. I would tell you guys this, the defense. They pretty much started all of this with that first turnover, that sack strip fumble by my guy Micah Parsons, who had 2 sacks this game, and Dorrance Armstrong, who had 2 sacks. And then let's not leave out what J-Ron Kurtz brought to the table. And we finally saw a chance for LVE to come down and field. That's all we wanted. We wanted LVE to come down and field. Now, the opposing team, Dalvin Cook, he still had 72 yards off of 11 carries. But we played keep away, right? Sometimes that is what you got to do. Shorten the game, play the field, play smart football. Don't turn the ball over. Don't allow your quarterback to get sacked and these sorts of things too. And you will see things like this work out for the favor and good points for the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, let me talk about this. Kirk Cousins, he was 12 for 23 for 105 yards. They did a great thing, a great move by allowing Trayvon Diggs to carry and follow to really blanket their number 1 wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. He only caught the ball 3 times, and I believe it was right at 33 yards. So that was good. That was really, really good for the Cowboys. And then one play he was in zone. 2 of the plays he was in zone. 2 of them. So there goes to show you that, even though my guy Trayvon Diggs were on his side, it's good to see that this team made the necessary adjustments, not letting this guy go wild and things like that. The Cowboys, phenomenal game, playing keep away. That is the formula. And run the ball, right? Play keep away, TOP. This thing can go a long way. I like what the Cowboys did. Way to answer back, Mike McCarthy. You was in the doghouse last week. It was an emotional loss for the Cowboys. Emotional game equals emotional loss. And this is the great comeback for this week, 40-3. And now it's the war of attrition. We see that my guy, Micah Parsons, was out there for multiple snaps even when the game was tucked away. I get it. He's the young lion. The lion is always hungry. And they had this players only meeting. They had that out there for the players, and whatever was said worked out tremendously for the Cowboys. Also, with that being said, Cowboy Nation, All of the guys are still campaigning for Odell Beckham Jr. Now, will Odell Beckham help this team out tremendously? Yes. Can we see a version of this team being even better? Yes, you want to better your best. The players are already campaigning for him at this point. The defensive players, some of the offensive players. So you just got to sit back and see how this goes. And Odell, he got a chance to see the chemistry and what this team is doing out there on the field. Now, I'm not finna say, well, you bring Odell Beckham straight to the Super Bowl, but I'm quite sure that he will be better than what we've seen out of Jalen Tolbert, right? He can bring you some extra good plays versus what Noah Brown can do, right? And, in a pinch, my guy, Michael Gallup, you can see what he brings to the table. I like him out there to be that quote-unquote other wide receiver outside of CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a nice catch on the edge there, man. Man, 2 toes down, baby. Man, that was nice, right? So all of these things, it will help more so than hurt, right? He got Super Bowl pedigree. He been to the Super Bowl. He won multiple games in playoffs, so he can bring that experience to the table. So I would not get mad at that. Nevertheless, the Cowboys just better make sure that they making the right move if they do decide to go pick up Odell. But you can see that he is also a player's favorite, not just a fan's favorite. So we'll see down the line. Also, I'm not going to leave without saying this right here, Cowboy Nation. Brett Maher, right? Who put the first points on the board, right? Who had to kick 60-yard field goal twice, 120 yards. Without batting an eye, right? Even though the NFL aficionados try to hose the man, he was still able to make that field goal kick. So that's 120 yards, baby. Shoot, shout out to him, man. Remarkable game. Good game collectively. Shout out to the special teams unit, Cavante Turpin. Hey, you saw what he did. He made the hit on the edge there. That I think he hit number 42 or 45 on the opposing team. He dropped his shoulder, and I was like, yeah, that's the type of temperaments this team needs. Now, keep in mind, we got a quick turnaround, so let's see if we can keep this momentum going. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. Hey, we bounce back. Cowboy Nation, we're 7-3 right now. Let's continue to grind, baby. DC for life. Salute. Let me say this, too, before I really rock up out of here. You need Ezekiel Elliott. Short yardage guy. Man, he came in, did a phenomenal job, blocked pretty well. I get all what people are saying about, hey, Tony Pollard. Let's not talk about the money and everything else. That's going to work its way out down the line. We need both of these backs out here, thunder and lightning. Lightning and thunder, however you want to do it, baby. We need Zeke when we need Tony Pollard. Let's not make this a civil war. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.